Okay guys, sorry, but the phone fell out of my hand on that first video. So good thing is we get to record 2 videos, just smaller instead of one big video, one really long video. So we'll pick up right where we left off of. So yeah, Lou, those numbers that you're saying, and you mentioned recently, like if we're lucky, we'll get $1 trillion for this play. Okay, I don't know if you just say stuff, or sometimes you speak to your friends, like your group. I mean, everybody has, friends that they talk to, and you just take whatever they say. Because sometimes when people, talk and think and talk, kind of like, you coming up with ideas. So you're just throwing things out there and see what sticks. If that's the case, it makes so much sense, because the numbers, you're like, please, I'm not trying to, again, throw no pun intended, or no, I'm not trying to make you like question your intelligence or whatever. God knows, if you know me, you know me. Out there, the people who know me, they know me. They know I never like to put another human being down. Doesn't matter who it is, even if my enemy. I don't bring no one down. My point is just whatever you're throwing out there is affecting the community, and it could also mean, or it makes so much sense that the chatter about you being the middleman is probably true, because you're just throwing any of these numbers out there, and you're trying to make this play come to an end, and it seems like trying to devaluate the play so that it can end. Now, Lou, I'll do a simple math with you, brother. According to what you've mentioned, you've said that if we're lucky, we'll get $1 trillion out of this play. Okay, at least you figured out the Z for me. That's X plus Y equals Z. So at least you figured out the Z for me. We're gonna hypothetically think that that's what this play is worth. We said that there is between 8 to possibly 15 million investors in AMC. I possibly think it's even probably higher than that. But we'll go with 10. We'll say there's 10 million investors in AMC. That means if Adam Aaron back in June said, and we know one thing, that the average holder of AMC has 500 shares. By now, 8 months later, I would assume that it's higher than that. But we're going to stick with 500. Nobody added to their shares, okay? 10 million investors times 500 shares apiece, because that's the average. That means that number comes up to about $5 billion. 5 billion shares. That's how many shares we're holding. Even though we know that there's a lot more out there. Like, a lot more out there. Okay, we're just going to stick with what you're saying. Because you gave us the $1 trillion, and we know how many, on average, an estimate, how many holders there is, and how much on average they hold. That's a very conservative numbers that I'm giving out. They're much higher than that. So, 5 billion shares. If we were to multiply them by what do we get $1 trillion? Basically, 5 billion times $200, that gives you 1 trillion. So if we're lucky, according to you, we will get a $200 price tag for our shares. What happened to that? Oh, thousands is like easy for this play. What happened to even the 800 that you're talking about? Please, guys. When you start taking, when you listen to YouTubers and other people, start taking letter by letter them accountable to that. Put it in your head, write it down as notes. Take notes and see what they say and see if it sticks. Apply it. If it makes any sense. Because that shit does not make sense at all. There's no way any of you are gonna be okay with a $200 price, share tag. And surprisingly, no one have called them out on this. I'm not calling them out to make a big deal out of this, but this should be, because when you have a big following and people are going after it, You're telling them things, but they don't know what that translates to. You're just giving them a narrative and all this crazy spices on the side. Like, you're giving them the entree, but you're throwing all this thing on top of it, and you just be like, this is what we got. Take it or leave it. You don't like fish? Oh well, you better eat it because that's what you have. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not freedom of choice and investing in general. So first of all, guys, here's Lou asked for math. He's yet to see somebody to make the math about this. Well, I'm just replying to you, Lou, about how the math that you're thinking of makes absolutely zero sense, because it's worth a lot more than that, and we have a lot more than that potential. If they're willing only to pay this, then that's a different story. So maybe if you are reporting to someone, please go ahead, let them know. The community says F no. You want this to end, you know where we have to go. Like, stop. Just like, you know, no one wants their intelligence be insulted, then we also don't want to be insulted, because again, that verifies again how the government and how the hedge funds still views retail investors. They view us as apes and dumb idiots, that we are idiots and we're not even worth more than that. You know, that's just what you're worth. No, I'd rather take $0 than take shit like this. Honestly, this is just me speaking. This is just my thoughts, guys. If anybody wants to talk real numbers and stuff like that, I'm more than open to. The only formula that you need to pay attention to, guys, is one simple one. We don't need to make trigonometry out of this and physics and calculus. Simple formula. We own the freaking float. We own the freaking float. We own the float. They need to answer to this. You guys are seeing what's happening in Canada. You've seen what happened in England, and it's carrying on to New Zealand. This shit has got to stop. This shit where we as retailers are being taken advantage of, and as citizens are being taken advantage of, that shit has got to come to an end. Just like these guys are getting richer and richer, and on our backs, they're making money off our backs and our kids' backs. No, this shit's got to stop. I would take nothing but be complicit to the crime of the century, and the crime of the century. So I will take nothing. I would rather take nothing. I will take nothing less than what display is worth. That's what I say. Again, I'm not influencing anybody. I'm not a financial advisor. You make your own choice. I'm willing to live and die with mine. So you make your own, but I just wanted to provide a simple explanation on how the number, yes, does make so much sense, and how the numbers that is being pushed to us about a $1 trillion play does not make any sense. That means even the 800 that person saying, I'm not selling cheap. I would sell for 4 or 5 or 600. Even that is out of the question, according to that person's own mouth. On math. You said this, and it's even not even close. So like, which one are you gonna stick with? I remember when you even got people mangled with fun, PHUN. You said in and out. I literally, I remember that in your own videos. When you mentioned that, I don't know how long ago that was. It wasn't too crazy long ago. But people got screwed royally. I've seen them in some chatter groups talking about it, because they went with it. They literally just went with it. You said, I'm not influencing, but fun. People went in it. It did not do nothing but go down in the aftermarket and in the pre-market. And you never even addressed it. You never came back the next day or after or anything. And that's what they're saying in the group chats. Like, that's literally what they're saying, is that, hey, in the chatters on Reddit, they're saying like, oh, we got mauled on this, and you never even addressed, like, oh yeah, I guess, like, at least have the courtesy to not act like you're very, very smart and very, very, very intelligent, and you care about the community, but you never even went to reach out to them and see how they did. Then don't give them these plays. Please don't try to act smart and test out theories by your community being the piggy, the lab rats. So again, guys, much love. Sorry for the all-out emotions, but this is one of those days. Too much rain outside. Market's going crazy because obviously they keep pumping and dumping to make money, And the people think that there is a one-man answer to this, and there is not. It's very clear. They're just trying to screw everybody over, and they're trying to get out of this. How? It's right in front of you. And obviously the Fed is repo and reverse repoing all this straight to the bank. So it's not hard to see who's complicit and who's not helping and what's causing all this. Everybody has an idea now. Be careful, please, from these YouTubers, guys. Doesn't matter how long you've been around them and you've known them, how much conviction you have in them. Again, everybody has an agenda, guys. So please, 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 please hold everything accountable. Do the math. I just did simple math according to what the guy said himself, and it does not check out. If you're okay with $150, $200, if you're lucky, because again, the trillion is if you're lucky. If you're lucky, if you're okay with that, then you're in the right community. You're in the right channel. You're in the right place. Stay away from this one. You don't have to subscribe here, and you don't have to stay here. You don't have to hear me anymore. But if that does not make sense to you, then you need to bring it up to that person. You need to hold them accountable to that, because that's where you're going to start seeing the what I tried to say, what I had meant to say. No, none of that shit. Everything you say, you'll be freaking accountable for. Not just by law, just to your own community. You owe it to them. This is crazy. I love you guys. You can always hold me accountable to everything what I say. And take me straight to my word. So my word is my bond. That's what I was raised by and how I grew up. I grew up in a military home. My dad was a army judge overseas out of Jordan. It's kind of different. It's similar to the French monarchy system, how the laws in Jordan are. But yeah, the guy was, high and supreme in the Supreme Court and everything. So like, I was just raised different. Like I was raised on very, very tight precision rules and ethics and values. So yeah, guys, I would do whatever for the community and for my principles and values. So much love again. I don't need to sit here and make you guys cry now. I got out everything out of my heart. Please like and subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and if you have any questions, ask it. I still have nobody to teach me how to do screen share play. So if anybody knows, teach your homeboy, please. Much love.